Welcome to our YouTube channel, where lost worlds rise again and ancient mysteries come alive. If you're drawn to epic tales of vanished civilizations, mind-bending discoveries, and the thrill of history's greatest enigmas, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss a journey into the unknown. Join our community of explorers as we piece together the puzzle of Lemuria and countless other ancient wonders. Now, let's set sail into the depths of history. The Indian Ocean stretches wide and restless, its surface shimmering beneath a sky of molten gold. The year is 870. A lone dhow glides across the water, its triangular sail catching the monsoon wind. At the prow stands Ibn Majid, the famed Arab navigator, his gaze fixed on the endless horizon. He is searching for something whispered about in the bazaars of Cairo and the courts of Baghdad, something older than the pyramids, older than memory itself. The sailors speak of a land that once rose from the sea, a place of impossible beauty and terrible loss. They call it Lemuria. As the dhow cuts through the waves, Ibn Majid's mind drifts to the stories he has heard. Temples swallowed by the ocean, cities whose spires once touched the clouds, a civilization erased not by war, but by the slow, relentless hunger of the sea. He wonders, could such a place have truly existed? Or is Lemuria only a mirage, conjured by the dreams of sailors and poets? Centuries later, the question would haunt not just travelers, but scientists. The story of Lemuria is not just a tale of lost lands. It is a saga of obsession, rivalry, and revelation, a story that stretches from the ancient world to the cutting edge of modern science. The legend of Lemuria first took root in the 19th century, in the shadowy borderlands between science and myth. In 1864, a British zoologist named Philip Sclater published a paper that would ignite a firestorm. Sclater was puzzled by the presence of lemurthos, wide-eyed, ghostly primates on the island of Madagascar, and in India, but nowhere else. How, he wondered, could these creatures have crossed the vast Indian Ocean? The answer, he proposed, was simple. There must once have been a land bridge, a lost continent connecting Madagascar, India, and Africa. He called it Lemuria. The idea caught fire. Victorian scientists, intoxicated by the thrill of discovery, began to imagine Lemuria as a kind of Atlantis of the East, a sunken world, teeming with strange beasts and ancient peoples. Maps were drawn, treatises written. Theosophists and mystics seized upon the idea, weaving it into their own cosmic narratives. Lemuria became a stage for the grandest dramas: the rise and fall of civilizations, the birth of humanity, the eternal struggle between memory and oblivion. But the story of Lemuria is not a straight line. It is a labyrinth, full of twists and reversals, of hope and heartbreak. In the late 19th century, as the first deep-sea soundings revealed the true shape of the ocean floor, the scientific consensus began to shift. There was no trace of a sunken continent in the Indian Oceano Mountains, no plateaus, no ruins. Lemuria, it seemed, was a fantasy, a ghost conjured by the limitations of Victorian science. Yet the legend refused to die. In the 20th century, as the new science of plate tectonics transformed our understanding of the Earth, Lemuria was reborn not as a single lost continent, but as a mosaic of vanished worlds. Scientists discovered that the Indian Ocean had once been home to a series of microcontinents, fragments of ancient landmasses that had broken apart and sunk beneath the waves. The most tantalizing of these was the so-called Mauritia, a sliver of continental crust buried beneath the volcanic islands of Mauritius and Reunion. In 2013, a team of geologists, led by Dr. Trond Torsvik, made a stunning announcement. Analyzing grains of zircony, indestructible crystals found in the sands of Mauritius. They discovered that some were nearly 3 billion years old, far older than the island itself. The only explanation: these zircons had come from a lost continent, a fragment of ancient land that had been swallowed by the sea. Lemuria, it seemed, was not entirely a myth. But the story does not end there. As scientists probed deeper, they uncovered a world stranger and more complex than anyone had imagined. The Indian Ocean, it turned out, was a graveyard of continents, a place where the bones of lost worlds lay hidden beneath the waves. There was Zealandia, a vast submerged continent beneath New Zealand, the granite core of the Seychelles Islands, and Kerguelen, a drowned plateau the size of Western Europe. Each discovery was a revelation, a glimpse into the deep time of the Earth. The continents, it seemed, were not fixed and eternal, but restless, shape-shifting entities, forever breaking apart and coming together, rising and falling like the breath of the world. Yet for all its grandeur, the story of Lemuria is also a story of people of the scientists, dreamers, and explorers who have chased its shadow across the centuries. There is Sclater, haunted by the lemurs of Madagascar, his mind racing with visions of lost worlds. There is Helena Blavatsky, the Russian mystic, who claimed to channel the wisdom of Lemurian sages in her candlelit salons. There is Dr. Torsvik, hunched over his microscope, sifting through grains of sand for clues to a vanished continent. And there are the people of Madagascar, India, and the Indian Ocean Islands, whose own legends speak of lands lost to the Sea of Kingdoms drowned, of ancestors who walked across the water. The story of Lemuria is not just a tale of geology or myth. It is a meditation on loss and memory, on the fragility of human knowledge, on the hunger to understand our place in the world. Imagine, for a moment, the world as it was 150 million years ago. The supercontinent Gondwana is breaking apart, its vast forests teeming with life. Dinosaurs roam the land, and the first flowering plants bloom beneath the sun. Slowly, inexorably, the land begins to fracture. Great rifts open, seas pour in, and the continents drift apart like leaves on a pond. Islands are born, mountains rise, and whole worlds vanish beneath the waves. Now, picture a group of ancient people standing on the shore, watching as the sea swallows their homeland. They tell stories to remember, to make sense of the loss. They speak of gods and monsters, of cities beneath the waves, of a paradise lost. Their words echo down the centuries, carried by sailors and traders, woven into the fabric of myth. Centuries later, a scientist in a white lab coat holds a grain of zircon between his fingers. He knows that this tiny crystal is older than the mountains, older than the sea. He knows that it is a fragment of a world that no longer exists, a world that lives on only in memory and stone. The story of Lemuria is a story of scale, of the vastness of geologic time, and the intimacy of human longing. It is the story of continents rising and falling, of civilizations remembered and forgotten, of the eternal dance between land and sea. But it is also a story of uncertainty. For every discovery, there are new mysteries. The Indian Ocean still holds secret hidden plateaus, buried islands, lost ecosystems. Scientists debate the meaning of the evidence. Was Lemuria a single continent or a patchwork of microcontinents? Did it give rise to unique forms of life, or was it simply a bridge between worlds? The answers remain elusive, shimmering on the horizon like a mirage. And yet, the search continues. In the laboratories of Paris and Oslo, in the jungles of Madagascar, in the depths of the Indian Ocean, the quest for Lemuria goes on. It is a quest driven, not just by curiosity, but by a deeper need, the need to connect, to remember, to find meaning in the shifting sands of time. There are moments of drama, of revelation, and heartbreak. In 2015, a team of marine geologists, using sonar to map the ocean floor, discovered a series of strange, symmetrical structures off the coast of India. Some believed they were the ruins of a lost city evidence, perhaps of a Lemurian civilization. But when divers descended, they found only natural rock formations sculpted by the currents. The dream of a sunken city faded, replaced by the cold logic of geology. Yet, even in disappointment, there is wonder. The ocean is a place of transformation, where stone becomes story, and story becomes myth. The search for Lemuria is a search for ourselves, for the lost continents within, for the memories that shape us, for the worlds we carry in our hearts. The story of Lemuria is also a story of connection. The Indian Ocean has always been a crossroads, a place where peoples, cultures, and ideas have mingled and merged. The legends of Lemuria are not confined to one land or one people. They are shared, adapted, transformed. In the temples of South India, priests recite hymns to lands lost to the sea. In Madagascar, elders tell of ancestors who came from the east, across the water. In the islands of the Maldives, fishermen speak of sunken reefs and vanished atolls. These stories are not just echoes of geological events. They are expressions of a universal human experience, the experience of loss, of change, of the passage of time. They remind us that we are all, in some sense, exiles from a lost world, searching for home. As the narrative draws to a close, the camera pulls back, revealing the vast sweep of the Indian Ocean, its surface dappled with sunlight and shadow. The monuments of Lemuria, if they ever existed, are gone, swallowed by the sea. But the longing they inspire endures, the longing to remember, to understand, to find meaning in the ruins. In the end, Lemuria is not just a place. It is an idea, a dream, a question that will never be fully answered. It is the story of the earth, itself restless, mysterious, forever changing. It is the story of us. And so, as the sun sets over the Indian Ocean, Ibn Majid's Tao disappears into the golden haze, carrying with it the hopes and dreams of generations. The legend of Lemuria lives on not in stone or sand, but in the stories we tell, the questions we ask, the mysteries we chase across the endless sea. If you enjoyed this journey into the lost world of Lemuria, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Join us next time as we uncover more secrets from the depths of history.